the longer it'll take for the top to open. It won't be simultaneous. See, there's a little wave effect back and forth. But that's a great way to have huge doors that don't take up much space other than the triangle leading up to them. Okay. Next thing we're going to cover is pass-through blocks. Just about every block in the game will pass a redstone circuit through it, with the exception of glass. Glass doesn't actually pass through at all. So if you are doing circuits close to each other and you don't want to use the diodes for timing and whatnot, you can just place glass in between them so that no matter how close you come or anything, the glass will actually stop it from passing through. Okay, and then we need to go over glowstone. Glowstone has a very unique property when it comes to redstone, and that's the fact that it allows you to transfer signal up. For an indeterminate distance. Glowstone allows you to keep stacking, or for 15 blocks actually, you still, oops, wrong one. You're still limited by the same amount of blocks as regular redstone can go. But glowstone counts itself as being powered, and it powers the block above it when it does so. So you can use glowstone to go a huge way up real easy. You could also use slabs and stairs. That is something I've actually never heard before, but I want to test it now. Like so. Apparently I get to learn stuff today too. That is awesome. I didn't actually know that. So, not only glowstone, you can also use slabs and yep, and stairs as well. Well, that's awesome, Redstone. Thanks. I love learning new stuff. Every time you think you know just about everything about something, you always end up learning something new. So that's the way you can carry signal up. Easiest way to carry signal down if you're completely restricted on space is just with torches. Helps when I get in the right spot. Now these torches will turn each other on and off because they're powering the blocks below them. Viewers like that are the best ones. They actually keep you engaged and talking and stuff. You can take signal down by like this with torches, though that is going to be slow depending on how long you take it down, because the longer you go down with it, the more time delay you'll have in from the ticks. If space isn't a limitation, then you can just run regular redstone down like this. Now, if you're coming close to the point where you're going to run out of a redstone line, don't forget, without taking up any extra space, you can just put a repeater in like that, since it'll be powered from the block below it, and powers diagonally down. So once you get to the end of your 15, you can just set this up on stairs that you're running down to give you...
I totes forgot I was in vent, and I walked away from the computer.
That's cool, I'm doing a redstone tutorial right now anyway. You know that shit you hate.
Oh, yeah. Then why the fuck am I still here?
Very good question.
I'm gonna go scream at Dungeon Defender.
Okay, so we've gone over the basics of what provides power, how it provides power, and how long.
Because Minecraft won't let me on.
Now we're going to cover a tiny bit more advanced stuff that is just kind of fun to play around with and used in most of the types of things that
Anyways, be back in a bit, bitches. Ah!
you're going to be using in stuff that you'll build in Minecraft. Now, one is a lot of people don't like having...
if you're in the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, the Department of Defense,
hate ads.
where your family is.
a lot of people do not like having
Or go to
levers for doors and stuff like that. Would prefer a button that can separately open and close a door. What this right here does is this will switch what's happening. Let's say you just have this right here coming out, and this will tell your door whether to be open or closed. Now, for this to work, you have to only give this a 0.3 of a second pulse. To give a 3-second pulse, you have to do something to limit how long it gets a pulse for. Or 0.3 of a second, rather. So, 3 ticks of a repeater, like I said earlier, will give it a 3-second pulse. And what we're building here is a simple way to limit how long a pulse can go through. And I'll explain this, don't worry. Okay, basis of this is this torch right here. This torch is powering this block, so it keeps this torch off. When we power the block that the torch is on, it's going to turn that signal off instantly, so this torch can be on, but 0.3 of a second later, the power is going to get through to this block again to turn it back off. So it'll only give it a 0.3 of a second pulse when we push it. Watch this redstone here to see how long it's powered for, and this redstone here from this button. See, the second one is only powered for 0.3 of a second. You can barely even notice it. And that makes it to where these pistons will push out without taking back in. So we've just made a button into an on-off switch. Just by pressing it, we're switching whether this door is open or closed instead of allowing it to be one way or the other. And of course, you know, you can have buttons on opposite sides of the walls and stuff that'll both control the same thing, however you want to have them go, so that people on opposite sides of the wall can press a button to toggle whether the thing that you're trying to do is open or closed. Now, I'm making this very, very big. When I actually build stuff, it's a hell of a lot more compact, but I'm making it nice and big and spread out so you guys can see how every aspect of it works. Now, the reason this works is because when a sticky piston only gets a 0.3 of a second pulse, it won't actually pull the block down with it. The block on top of it doesn't have time to register being in the space above it before it pulls back down. So it'll actually just leave it out. press it again, it'll leave it in. Now, if you want to simplify this whole thing, instead of having something that switches like this, you can just have this go straight to your doors. No torches or anything like that needed. Like so. And since it's only a 0.3 of a second pulse, it'll just pop. I don't know why I put that one there. It'll just pop them out or pull them back every time you press it. And that lets you only have this piece of it right here that limits the pulse, and your door goes straight into it. Gets rid of all the other steps to it. But this has more of a chance to bug out from server lag and duplicate blocks or destroy blocks. So I prefer using a solid powered method like this. This is also great for making traps and stuff like that. So let's say you wanted to make a trap. You wanted a person to press a button to open a door, and then, 5 seconds later or whatever, have it open up a pit under them that they wouldn't have seen coming because they'd already be over it. So you've got your door right here. Helps if I know what I'm doing. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So, you have your door right here that would open after they press the button. Then what you do is you add in a delay on the other side using repeaters. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and there's a 2-second delay. Clear ourselves some room here. We're assuming this is a one wide corridor here. And after 2 seconds, you want it to pull these blocks back. Oh, if I can do this right. Trying to make this big enough to be able to see him is not fun. So anyway, got 2 seconds of timing and little walkway here. They press the button to open the door, and then 2 seconds later, it drops the floor out from them, about where they'd be from walking across it. If they actually start in the right spot. And then you just mess around and, God, I can't even walk through this. I'm apparently horrible at walking in Minecraft. Give me something to build and I can build it, but ask me to walk? No, thank you. Okay, that was a bit too quick, so we'd want to add a tiny bit more delay. You just add stuff in and shit, and make it bigger. And that's how you do simple timing traps and stuff like that. You just use the diodes to add the amount of time to go into the second one. Same signal from the first one, you carry it on.
Ugh.